did something happen that triggered you into, or maybe a series of things that occurred that well, in hindsight, made you write about this?
Well, the actual this record was a peculiar set of circumstances. We weren't even necessarily thinking about recording a record when we recorded this record. We just happened to meet this producer that wanted to work with us, Nigel Godrich, and he was a huge. I was a huge fan of his work, and he wouldn't be anyone that I would ever necessarily think I'd be able to work with. So.
But why did he want to work with you?
Because he saw us play live, and he really liked our music, basically.
And what do you like of the work that he did?
I just like the clarity and the natural quality of his recordings and the economy of them.
Is there one specific album?
Well, I mean, Sea Change I think is really beautiful, the Beck record. Terror Twilight, the Pavement record's great. I love mostly all the Radiohead records, specifically Kid A and In Rainbows I think are amazing. Yeah, I haven't heard a record. Maybe there's records that I don't respond to musically, but sonically speaking, all the records he's worked on sound really great.
So the thing is, he wanted to work with you, so that's why you recorded an album. So
that's why we recorded the record, and we had just been off. We had gotten off tour, and we had been touring for about a year straight. I didn't have any songs written because I had been touring the whole time, so I wasn't really writing. And we agreed to work with him, and we only had 3 months to prepare, and we were all living in New York last winter. It was one of the coldest winters I've ever experienced in New York, and I've been there for 12 years. All of us were broke, and we were, I was feeling this kind of pressure because there was this kind of big shot producer that wanted to work with us, and I was feeling it like it was our one shot or something, and putting all this unnecessary pressure. And I think a lot of the first songs that were written were reflecting of that sort of struggle. Only 2 of them ended up making it on the record.
Which were?
Hard to Be Close and The Miracle of Mary. But those songs are about very different things, like in relation to each other. It's hard to find like a kind of a literal narrative that kind of like is in sync with how I was feeling during that time, I think more, there's an air and there's a subtlety in the music that maybe is more representational of that time, I was personally feeling sort of at odds with my band. I was putting a lot of pressure on the band. We weren't really getting along very well because I think I was being really difficult. So I was feeling really alone in terms of the band. I was feeling like I was burdening this responsibility as the songwriter or something.